Welcome to the first edition of Hoops Friday Night. I'm Adam Solomon, he's Tony Quach, and Dwayne Scott will join us shortly. The boys basketball season is here, but we have some football to finish up first.
That's right, Adam. State semifinal football. 4 of our West Central Ohio teams took the field tonight, including an all-local matchup in Division 7, Columbus Grove and St. Henry. Of course, we have to mention it. St. Henry ended Marion Local's 76-game winning streak to get here, while Columbus Grove has outscored their opponents 87-20, and they're in the state semifinals for the 4th year in a row. In the first quarter, St. Henry has the ball. Charlie Whirling shows off the arm. Landon Schwartz is wide open for the 55-yard connection, and he will try into the end zone with ease. PAT is no good. The Redskins are on the board. It's 6-0. 33 seconds left in the first. Redskins are up 6-3. Whirling is looking for a target. He rolls out and fires one to the end zone. And it's Austin Zimmerman on the other end. 29 yards later, St. Henry goes up by 10.
Great throw.
Yep. Let's fast forward to the final moments of the first half. Grove is still looking for their first touchdown score, and Landon Best delivers. 38 yards to Trevor Baxter. The senior duo makes it 13-10 heading into the break. To the third quarter, the Redskins are looking to add on, but Baxter picks up the INT. The Bulldogs take over, but unfortunately they were unable to capitalize. So let's skip ahead to the final moments of the game. Bulldogs are on 4th down, and they're going for it, but the pass is incomplete. The Redskins take over on downs. They take a knee. St. Henry wins 13-10. They're heading to the Division 7 state final. They will meet Hillsdale next Saturday in Canton.
I'm just, that's a great program. I'm so proud of our guys. They responded every single time, and we just talk all the time about the next play is the most important one, and we got to go back to Canton for the first time in 19 years. This is a family atmosphere in that locker room. Everybody loves each other. The community is behind us 100%. The community's been great all year. I mean, this community is special. Where we live is special, and all the surrounding communities, and we're just darn proud to be going to Canton. We are playing extremely well defensively. We got to fix some things on offense, and we got to get ready for the other side of the state next Saturday at 10:30. We're going to be a focused, motivated group, and we're going to have to be because we're going to play a great program next Saturday, and it's going to be an honor to get on that field again.
Meanwhile, Division 6 state champions Coldwater meeting Hopewell Loudon for the first time ever tonight. A spot in the state championship game on the line at Wapak. 10-4 Coldwater against 12-1 Hopewell Loudon. First quarter, Cavaliers up 3-0 on their second drive. On 3rd and 14, Carson Holman moonball right into the breadbasket of John Pullman, who hauls it in for the first down. That play will lead to Derek Dews reaching the end zone, the 4-yard rush, as Coldwater will take a 10-6 lead into the break. Now back from halftime, Coldwater marched right down the field on their first drive of the second half, ending with Holman keeping it for the touchdown. They go for a 2-point conversion on the ensuing play, with Holman getting the job done yet again. The score is now 18-6 Coldwater. But things get dicey in the fourth quarter when the Chieftains, down 18-14, score to take their first lead of the game, 20-18, with the Cavaliers looking to respond late, but coming up wide on the field goal attempt to recapture the lead, as that will do it. Coldwater falls 20-18, while the Chieftains head to the state finals for the 3rd time in program history.
All right, it's time for our first break. Coming up, one more football game, Indian Lake and Liberty Center, and then we'll head to the Hardwood, including the Tip-Off Classic over at the Lyda Fieldhouse.
You're watching Hoops Friday Night!
Welcome back to Hoops Friday Night, where our state semifinal football coverage turns to Division 5, the Indian Lake Lakers.
A tall task tonight against the undefeated Liberty Center Tigers.
It's true, Tony. We go to Spartan Stadium. Indian Lake's historic season continues, their first appearance in the state Final Four. Liberty Center, they're led by Ohio State commit, the junior 4-star offensive lineman Kellen Weimer. Indian Lake, they come out swinging on the first drive. Brady Galladay launches down the sidelines. Brody Reisinger makes the over-the-shoulder catch for the big pickup in Tigers territory. And the Lakers, they convert a 34-yard field goal in the drive, courtesy of Avery Pickanu, and they have a 3-0 lead. Liberty Center, though, would respond with 2 straight scores. So Indian Lake is trying to fire back. Galladay making a play with his feet, avoiding the sack in the backfield. Makes another guy miss for the 16-yard pickup. but they can't get points, and Liberty Center would strike again. Ethan Gray, look at the one-handed catch in the end zone. It's 21-3, and Tigers would actually go up 28-3 in the second quarter. But Indian Lake would find a spark. Still in the second, Galladay to a slanting Gavin Henry. That's a 44-yard touchdown for the senior. It's 28-10 going into the break. In the third, Lakers would get another big pickup through the air. Galladay finding Reisinger again, and another good catch from him in traffic. But again, Indian Lake can't find the end zone. And again, Liberty Center would. Indian Lake, they fall in their first state semifinal 42-10. An 11-3 finish to a historic season, while Liberty Center is headed to a third straight state championship game. All right, now we turn to basketball, the basketball portion of Hoops Friday night, including the Tip-Off Classic over at Elida. Shawnee and Lima Central Catholic, they start us off as our Spotlight Game of the Week.
This Hoops Friday Night Spotlight Game is presented by Midwest Electric Incorporated.
We're at the Elida Fieldhouse, game 1 of 2 tonight, Shawnee LCC. Now, a year ago, you may remember the T-Birds beat the Indians in the championship game of this Tip-Off Classic. We'll pick it up in the second half. Jordan Pretty drives to the middle, goes up with the left, and one. The hoop, the harm. Thunderbirds are up 36-32. Then the play of the night, maybe, Trevick Berkey jumps the passing lane and rolls out the red carpet for the two-handed jam. The junior showing the elevation. Let's move to the fourth. T-Birds up 6. Indians find Luke Marshall wide open on the wing. He thinks about it. He lets it fly. That 3 cuts the lead down to just 3. And then off an inbound play, Beckett Berkey creates himself some space, puts up a 3 of his own. That drops, and the Redskins, or Indians rather, are down just 1. Under 2 minutes, Pretty grabs the board, pushes it himself, finishes nicely with the left. Pretty scored his 1,000th point tonight in this game, and he'll help the Thunderbirds grab their first win of the season. They take down the Shawnee Indians 67-58.
And they will move on and take on the winner of the nightcap, Elida versus Bath. The Bulldogs took down the Wildcats 46-26 in last year's Tip-Off Classic, and Elida holds a 5-game winning streak over Bath. Bulldogs looking for a strong start. Marcus Hill kicks it out to Jonathan Payne. He puts the defender through the spin cycle and gets the floor to fall. Now it's Hill's turn. He drives to his left, slams on the brakes, and he hits a step-back jumper. But the Wildcats are flexing their claws tonight. Josiah Clark finds Dagan Hawkins wide open from beyond the arc. That'll put Bath up by 12. The Bulldogs kept fighting. Payne to Payne Hinkle. He gets into the paint and gets a nice left-handed floater to go. But Bath was just too much. Here's some good ball movement from the Wildcats here. They find the extra man Clark. His triple try is true. 15 points for the junior. And Bath kept adding on. Logan Markley is waiting for the rock. Nothing but net for the senior. Bath takes down Elida 58-38. They will face LCC in the tip-off final tomorrow.
More scores on the night. New Knoxville knocking off St. Mary's 54-14 tonight.
41.
While Bell Fountain, thank you, Adam.
Yep.
Thank you, Adam. While Bell Fountain wins on the road 59-42 over Kenton. Elsewhere, Van Wert wins a close one against Crestview. The final score in that one, 57-52.
All right, it's time for our final break. Coming up, more basketball, including St. John's and Mr. Basketball. Runner-up Cameron Elwer. Ottawa Glandorf at home as well. That's straight ahead on Hoops Friday night.
I'm Dakota Mathias. You're watching Hoops Friday night.
Welcome back to Hoops Friday night for the final time. Let's go to Kalida High School. The Wildcats hosting Delphus St. John's. Of course, the Blue Jays, they return the Ohio Mr. Basketball runner-up from a year ago. That's Cameron Elwer, the senior, the Furman commit. Now, the Wildcats, they're looking for a win in their home opener start off the season. Who better to score the first points of the game, though, for the Blue Jays? It's Elwer himself, driving, converting the bucket with a lot of contact there. St. John's is in control early, led by their star. A nice display of athleticism and a beautiful left for the finish. 21-10, Blue Jays are on top. Now, Kalida started to get the offense rolling as well. Owen Grime closes the gap here to 7, knocks down the Little Bunnies, 21-14. Followed up by a nice mid-range jumper, Parker Vorst. He'll keep the Wildcats in this game, mid-range as well. But in the end, Cameron Elwer scores 25 points in this matchup, and St. John's gets the win. Final score, 45-30 over Kalida.
From Kalida to Ottawa Glandorf, the Titans hosting Emmanuel Christian. Titans had no trouble putting points on the board. Royce Ellebrock knocking down a three-pointer to put the Titans up 34-4, with the Titans continuing their assault. A lay-in right there from Brody Fortman. Nice finish right there. And then Fortman follows that up with a nice hezzy into the floater finish. Another nice bucket there for the senior. Lean to the Grant Leopold to Ellebrock for a quick bucket to cap off an 8-0 run. The score is now 40-4.
And that score's correct this time.
It is. And OG not letting up. Offensive rebound and taking to the basket is Carson Yeager to give the Titans the 55-9 lead. But they weren't done yet. Leopold wide open in the corner. Splash. As Ottawa Glandorf take care of business at home tonight. The final score 81-14.
Jefferson falls to Tenora at home 45-42. Lincoln View gets 20 points from Max Hammonds in a 76-63 win over Wayne Trace. For Recovery falls to Mississinawa Valley 46-29. Arlington is a winner over Fort Jennings 61-38. Trenton Haycock had 17 points. Pandora Gilboa takes down Hart Northern 57-32. Temple Christian defeated Benjamin Logan 46-44.
The Ohio State men's basketball team fell to Pittsburgh 67-66. Devin Royo had 22 points. Cavaliers lost to the Atlanta Hawks 130-123 despite 42 points from Donovan Mitchell. And that will do it for the first edition of Hoops Friday Night. St. Henry will play for that title game next Saturday, and that means next week is a full Hoops Friday Night show. Boys basketball from start to finish. Now, as for tomorrow, Tony will have full coverage from Ann Arbor, Ohio State against Michigan. More basketball highlights as well. For Tony and Dwayne, we'll see you next week for more Hoops Friday Night.